Welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and this is a new review of the Galactic Gear Pack. I've broken it down, done all the stats for you to figure out, is this worth it or not? This is a limited time offer, although we know it comes back about once every 7 to 10 days, kind of like the other events that drop. And a lot of people want to know, is this really worth the 600 crystals that they're asking for it? So first off, if you do not spend money on the game, I will tell you right now, this is not worth it. It never will be worth it if you do not spend money on the game, because these crystals are going to be far and few between. And I would highly recommend the number one usage of crystals if you're free to play is to either save them up and use them for energy refreshes, or to buy sim tickets, because when you're free to play, sim tickets are a problem. That's a very real problem. On my other account where I'm free to play, I'm constantly having to buy sim tickets because I'm just always out. That's not an issue when you're doing tons of energy refreshes, but when you're free to play, you don't do nearly as many energy refreshes as you'd like. So with those individuals who are baby whales, or maybe dolphins, meaning that they spend, $10 a month or $25 a month, or maybe they spend $25 a week, or maybe they spend $100 a week, who knows. If you're one of those characters, the individuals that likes to spend just a little bit of money on this game because you have fun, it's an investment, and it's a good time, then the Galactic Gear Pack is something you should definitely consider. So it is 600 crystals, and the first thing I would note is you should always look in here and see how many of them have the green dot on them. If they have the green dot on them, that means that actively at this moment you could place that item onto one of your current characters, that it's needed and used by your characters. However, you can look at other ones like the Mark 6 Nubian Tech Design, and I own one, but it's a raid gear part, and this will go on multiple of my characters once they get high enough and need that raid gear. So just because it does not have a green dot does not mean that it's not usable in the near future, or was at one point usable in the past. There are most of these give you 12. If it drops, it'll give you like 12 of the fusion furnace pieces, or it'll drop you an entire piece. Now, it is a lottery system. They're just going to pull up random ones, and you're going to get whatever they give you. So I've done the math. If you're to buy an energy refresh, now we know with Cantina Energy, it's 100, 100, 200, 200, so on and so forth. With the regular one, it goes 50, 50, 100, 100, 100, 200, 200, that kind of thing. So we're just going to go with the flat 100 crystals. We're going to assume that you do a couple of refreshes a day at 100. And if you do that, if you get a 16% drop rate on these purple pieces. Now, by the way, some of these, like the security scanner pieces and your Nubian Tech Design and the furnace pieces, the raid gear, you're not going to be able to farm for, period, unless you're getting it out of your store from your guild store, or getting it from raids. So this does include pieces that are raid gear pieces that you can't get any other way. So that's already a heightened, hey, that's pretty cool part of this aspect. But the rest of these purple pieces, which you could farm, for example, this fusion furnace, this Mark IV, is definitely farmable. That particular one, you're going to get an average of 10 to 12% drop rate. That's the average. That's the realistic. But let's be optimistic and say 16% drop rate. If you have a 16% drop rate, which is way higher than average, you're going to spend 100 crystals on a refresh and get 1 or 2 of these pieces of purple gear. 1 or 2. That's it for 100 crystals. You're going to spend 100 crystals, farm up, and get 1 or 2 pieces. With the 600, you're going to get 36 of these pieces, or a fully crafted piece of raid gear, which you would definitely want. But let's say worst case scenario, they give you 3 of these ones that are 12. So you get 36 pieces. You're getting, for 1 piece, you're spending 16 crystals. Now, they are forcing you to spend 600 crystals at once, but they're giving you every crystal, or every single raid gear piece that you get, for only 16 crystals a piece. So it's a really great deal. It's just you don't know what you're going to get, and when you get it, it may be 36 pieces of things you can't currently and actively use for the characters you're at. But I would say this is really designed for the individuals who are going to spend just a little bit of money on the game, who are going to occasionally drop, a 19.99 package or something, and they want to be able to buy these packs from time to time. If you're that kind of a character, I would definitely recommend this Galactic Gear Pack because they are going to get you a bulk rate discount on the purple gear, and I've done this a number of times. One time I did it was phenomenal. I actually got a fully crafted furnace for one of my characters, and that is worth 600 crystals all day, every day. And a couple other times I've also gotten other fully crafted pieces out of here. But that is rare. I know that some people that have done this are like, oh, I just got, just a bunch of hair dryers and this is a waste. And if that's the case, you can put these 600 gems or crystals, 600 crystals towards shipments. And, with shipments, you could get this one fully crafted for 300. However, this only requires 20 to begin with, and it's still going to be more expensive buying it right here. The only difference is with shipments, you know exactly what you're getting with the crystals that you're spending. So if you want this particular Comlink prototype, you know for a fact if you spend the 1200 what you're getting. But with that said, what I would say is first click on it, see how many are relevant to your characters you're currently developing, and then if you happen to have the crystals and you do spend a little bit of money on the game, then I would highly recommend this because it is one purple piece for about 16 crystals, whereas if you farm, you're going to spend about 100 crystals per one or two pieces of gear. Realistically, as with the drop rate. Again, you may not get exactly what you want, but more than likely you will get something that you can utilize, and there is always that fun aspect of getting possible raid gear parts, such as a droid collar or a furnace dropping on that particular role. So anyway, my suggestion is if you are free to play, do not buy. If you are not free to play and you're a casual spender or a dolphin or a whale, that I would say absolutely that you should get these. They're a phenomenal buy. And again, they do randomize what you get. You may not necessarily need what they drop, but you will at some point in your gaming need whatever they drop. But at 600, it is a good deal. So that's my overall review. I hope this helps. As always, like, subscribe, and make sure that you, as always, keep your gaming on. Warrior, out.